Hello and welcome to Cookbarn Live. This is coming to you on a Wednesday night from a beautifully sunny Somerset. My name is Rich Brown, and twice a week I will be inviting a smorgasbord of passionate cooks, eccentric gastronauts and itinerant musicians to come and join me for some cooking, some talking, some dancing and some chatting, not only with my guests but with you guys at home via the marvels of the face page. So let's introduce our guest. She's not our guest really, because she's a good friend of ours now. She is, of course, the fabulously vegetarian Lisa Marie Taylor. Lisa!
Hello! How are you?
I'm okay, how are you doing?
I'm all right,
Good,
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So we've got like a really difficult one today, although it's sort of not difficult, is it?
Well, no, it's not, but lots. We've gone for quantity tonight, haven't we, between us? But I think we'll get it done. I can see it's going to be a bit chaotic, but I think we might be a good team.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
So, yeah. How's your week been? You all right?
Not too bad, not too bad. We had Louis' birthday party.
Okay.
On his 18th.
Recovered?
On Wednesday. Just about. I don't know whether he has. But no, it was all very good. They were all very, very well behaved. You know, they sort of, it's funny, 18-year-olds now sort of appear to be about 30-year-olds. Do you know what I mean?
They're a lot cooler than we were.
Way cooler. Yeah. Shall we have a look at the menu? Do you want to stand
Yeah,
right over the way?
let's do
have a look
it.
at it.
So, tonight
What are we cooking?
we have got...
You're going to have to remember this because you can't see the mic.
I know, I can't see it
Shall I
tonight.
tell you what it is?
No, it's all right.
Go on
It's
then.
good for me.
Go on
So
then.
I'm going to be doing some mini Victoria sponge cakes with some fresh cream filling, some homemade lemon curd, and also some caramelised onion and mushroom tartlets. And you are going to be doing...
I didn't know I was cooking anything.
You are,
Oh,
I'm afraid so.
dear.
We're going to be doing some coronation sandwiches, but you're going to be in charge of the taste test
Yeah.
between real chicken and Quorn.
I know, it kills me, but
Kills
we'll do
you.
it.
See, I said it for you, so you don't have to say it. And you are also going to be making some of your very famous scones. And I'm going to be making some jam for you.
You can taste the scones.
I will, I
Excellent,
certainly will.
excellent,
Yeah.
excellent.
You can keep your chicken
Excellent.
sandwiches, but I'll have your
Brilliant.
scones, definitely.
Now, first things first. First rule of Cookbarn:
Yep.
get a drink down us.
Yes, please.
So,
Yes, please.
what I've got a couple of things because we're doing a cream tea. I've got some Pimm's later, but
Amazing.
what I do have, I don't know if you can see this on the camera, Kath.
Perfect.
We've got a Pinot Grigio. I can't read it because it's backwards. I know it's how do you pronounce that?
Artusi, maybe? Artusi?
Artusi. It's an Italian. It's a 2000 and it's a 2020. Is it 2020?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 2020. Kathy bought this down the co-op. It was on offer. What was it, Kath? It was £5 from £9.
No way.
So yeah.
Nice bottle.
So, yeah, looks quite nice, doesn't it? Let's have a look at it. It looks very Italian.
Yeah.
Let's pour this open and then we can get started.
Get going.
There we go.
I'm sure with all the things we've got to cook tonight, this can only help.
Yeah. Or
Always.
it could be a disaster. Right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. Yeah. Cheers, everybody.
Oh, that's really nice.
Nice. Yeah. Could be a little bit colder. I had it at the fridge for an hour in the preparation. But really nicely chilled. That's lovely, isn't it? It's just an average bottle inspired by Pellegrino Artusio, the father of modern Italian cooking. Well, so it's crisp, refreshing, citrus notes, and a ripe, soft finish. Enjoy on its own with pasta or with seafood.
That
I
is,
certainly
for
will.
me, that is in between. Do you remember we tried those other two last time I was
Yes,
in?
yeah.
And one was really, really easy to drink, and the other one was quite intense, but still nice. For me, that's in between. I could drink a lot of that.
Yeah.
But it's not... the one that was really easy to drink last time, we said was a bit like squash, didn't we? I'd say it's got a little bit more...
Got a bit more body, isn't it?
Yeah, and I don't
Yeah.
mean that as a criticism against the other one. It's sort of, it's just different, isn't it?
Yeah. But you know, it's nice to know that that's because we've always said that if you spend a bit more money on a bottle of wine, it's going to be good.
It's a very good offer though.
And it's a good offer, nine down to £5, isn't it? And these are the things that you've got to look at. I think when I go to I shop at Sainsbury's, I do the old clicker with Sainsbury's.
Yeah.
And the wine guy in Sainsbury's is one of my best mates now. I sort of walk around and he goes, "Oh, how are you doing? Yeah, well, I've got this out." And so I always complain, "You've never got enough Rioja, or you've never got..." And he orders that up for me, and then he tells me. So a little bit of tell you everyone at home. I'm going to sit down and tell everyone this at home. On the 26th of this month, which is 3 days'
Saturday.
time, Sainsbury's will be doing 25% off their case of wine.
Ooh.
So what that means is you can go and buy, so a £30, so if you bought the Rioja that we tasted the other day, the red one, if you bought a pack of that, which is a 6-pack, would normally cost you 30 quid, and you get 25% off that,
Wow.
which is...
£7.50 off.
Oh, yeah, I'm glad. That's a bottle and a half free.
That's £3 something a bottle, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's starting next week.
Wow.
So get down to Sainsbury's.
Very
We're
nice.
not going to earn any money out of it, but
I need to speak to your man at Sainsbury's about a bottle of bubbly that I got in there at Christmas, and it was so nice, but they've hardly ever got it.
Is it
It was
Prosecco?
amazing, yeah. It was a really, really lovely one, and it was so cheap. But I'd have paid twice as much for it. It was really, really nice, but they never have it in stock. So
Prosecco's a weird one. I've sort of. What's the difference between Prosecco and like a method champagne then, or is it just the same? It's the same, isn't it?
they say that it's the same and that champagne has to come from champagne, don't they?
Yeah.
But I think champagne is a lot. The colour is far more kind of honey coloured, isn't it? And it's heavier. I'd say the taste.
There we go. Kathy's just told us Prosecco is French, Cava is Spanish. So the equivalent of Cava. I must tell you a very, very quick story because as you rightly said, champagne comes from France. Do you remember the eclipse of 1999? The big eclipse, the big solar eclipse. Where Kathy and myself and Sophie and Marcus, Sophie sometimes watches the show, we went over to Champagne to watch it. So we drove over there, we went camping, we stayed in a little campsite there. We went over to Champagne, went to the Moët cellars and did the whole thing, came back at night, bought loads of cheap champagne with Cur. It poured down with rain every night, so we had a big umbrella with a tarp over it, and our 4 chairs around the table. We barbecued on the table, drank, and when the eclipse happened, we wanted to go somewhere weird, so we were asking the locals, and they said go up into there's a particular sort of road, go up this road, park up there and walk up, and you'll see this deserted mansion house, and there's like a big garden in front of it. So we went up there and we sat there. There was about, I don't know, probably another 30 or 40 people there joining us. And it was a deserted, haunted house up on the hill with this sort of frontage. And we all sat there. It was pouring down with rain. We all had we had bin covers, bin liners with holes cut at the top of them, with our funny glasses on. There's a great photograph that Marcus took of us. And then afterwards, it was really fascinating because we then went and the eclipse happened. All the birds stopped. It went very dark. It then became light. And then Marcus said, let's go and have a look at the house. So we walked up there and it had a poisons garden. A poison garden.
Wow.
So you went into this garden, it had all gates and like big sort of old rotting signs everywhere saying do not touch anything. And they had various different trees. What was the poison that Socrates took? Hemlock. So the hemlock bush there, they had trees that produced a poison bark. And they were all sort of behind Victorian style metal fences and railings and stuff like that with the little plaques on that had sort of fallen apart, all in French. But it was a poisons garden, and it's absolutely brilliant.
Slightly creepy, but absolutely
Who
brilliant.
would have a poisons garden? I mean, that's the first thing.
Well, yeah, and then desert it, and leave a load of randoms to come and discover it while they're half cut on champagne.
Exactly, yeah.
Wow.
So that's my little story about. Anyway, we ought to get on with the food.
Yeah, we should. Yeah. We've already got lots to do.
We have.
Right, so I'm going to start with our mini Victoria sponges. I bought myself a really, really lovely tin just to make these.
I did see that beforehand. It had little
Yeah. I'll show you in a minute.
It's a cheetah tin.
Yeah, it is, but I love it so much. And I love the fact that obviously you can use it for any cake. So if you've got any favourites, then you can just make a mini version. It's like it's been shrunk with a laser. So we're going to start. We've got 175 grams of unsalted butter. And we're going to mix that together with 175 grams of caster sugar. And we're just going to, you know what I'm like with cakes, that needs to do its thing.
It does.
So we need to give that some time.
Quite the opposite of scones, really.
Yes, yeah. You don't want to.
Scones, you just don't really want to do anything. You sort of.
No, not at all.
3 or 4 folds and that's it.
Yeah, so we definitely want to give that time, and we're just going to get ready.
You've got a lot of eggs there, Lisa Marie.
I will be using them all pretty
Throwing
much.
it
We just need 3 large eggs for these cakes, and we're going to beat them. Well, we're going to hopefully, if we've got time, hopefully be making some lemon curd.
Lovely. And the lemon curds to go inside
the cakes. Obviously, people, I don't know.
Are these like one mouthful cakes? Are they like this?
They're like a muffin size almost, but then you slice through the middle and fill them with whatever you want. But I quite like the idea of, if you're doing an afternoon tea, just put the plain cakes out and a load of different fillings and have your homemade jam, homemade lemon curd, maybe some chocolate icing or whatever, and people can kind of bit of a DIY sort of thing. So
and one of the things about one of the reasons we decided to do a cream tea is because a lot of people go out for cream teas, don't they? They go to sort of country houses and National Trust things and stuff like that. They're really expensive.
People will pay a lot of money.
I mean, I've seen 25 quid per cream tea.
Yep. I know.
I've seen it a little bit cheaper than that, but I thought to myself, that's an awful lot of money for some cakes and sandwich. And okay, it's all very nice, it's presented very well. I think at the Ritz it's £37.50.
Wow.
And I think what we're going to produce today,
well, it's a
albeit
fraction.
vegetarian cream tea-ish.
Some friends and I have got a really lovely little group of friends who I used to be in a choir with, and we get together probably once a month or so, and we decided one day that we would go out for a cream tea, and my friend found this deal on Groupon. I don't know, they're brilliant. They kind of organised me. I just turn up, and my friend found this deal, and we had to drive out to the middle of nowhere to this like old castle, similar to your story really. But this guy running it, the whole thing from start to finish was a bit of a joke. Like, the guy was really, really rude. It was kind of like being at Faulty Towers. And it was so bad, this cream tea, that it was actually really funny. And I think, in hindsight, I think it was about £5 or £10 each or something ridiculous, because it was on Groupon. And it's become one of our most favourite get-togethers, because it was just horrific. The whole thing was horrific. So since then, we often get together and we'll say, should we do a DIY cream tea? And everyone has to bring, first time everyone just brought cake, and we all left feeling slightly diabetic.
Yeah.
So the rule now is you all have to do one thing savoury and one thing sweet, which is a bit like you and me tonight.
Yeah.
So there we go. So we want our...
So what's that? That's your eggs?
This is just beaten eggs. So we want our butter and sugar mixture to be really pale and fluffy, and then we're just going to well, that wasn't very gradual.
I'm wondering whether I'm going to put this camera around here to see whether
yeah.
I don't know if it's going to work or not, but let's try it.
What you always find at this stage is that the first egg, if you're lucky, will incorporate really quite well, and then after that it takes a little bit of time, but it's so worth taking your time, scraping down the sides, mixing it, and scraping down and mixing it. Do its thing.
I'll tell you funny, you were talking about Faulty Towers. I'll tell you a very, very quick funny story. Going back before we had kids, so like pre-kids, so 20 years ago, I said to Kath, I'm going to treat you to a weekend away. I said, I've got a deal for the Glen Eagles Hotel.
The what? Hotel?
The Glen Eagles.
No way.
Yeah. Brilliant. It's ridiculous. It's like 129 quid for a couple of nights. Okay, this is going back 20 odd years before Oscar. So we headed down to the Glen Eagles in Torquay. We were very young. We'd heard the Glen Eagles was a really good hotel. Yeah, Glen Eagles Torquay, fantastic. So we arrived at this hotel, and it was a bit odd. We walked in. It looked a bit odd. It was very, very sort of 70s.
Yeah.
All the decor and the wallpaper was all sort of very 70s. We walked in there and said, "Oh, we booked a room." The guy behind the bar, "Have you?"
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a name?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, Rich Brown. Okay, well, if you'd like to follow me to the... it was all a bit... We went upstairs, the crappiest room I've ever had in a hotel. I mean, literally, you couldn't get round, you couldn't walk round the bed. It was, so narrow. Anyway, so we went downstairs. We said, "Oh, could we get a meal?" No. We decided to shut the restaurant today, but actually we got some soup. So it was just really odd. So we sat down. Everything was a bit strange. And then we went out that evening for a drink, and we were sort of slightly outside of Torquay, so we sort of walked down the hill a little bit, got into this pub, and they said, "Oh, what are you doing? Where are you staying?" We said, we booked a really nice weekend at the Glen Eagles, thinking that was, and they went, "Oh no. Do you know what the Glen Eagles is?" I said, "No, that's the hotel that that John Cleese stayed at, that he based Faulty Towers on. The crappiest hotel in Torquay. The guy there is the rudest person." But we actually got to, and John Cleese actually, when they were doing a film down in Torquay, I think one of the Monty Python films, and he happened to stay at the Glen Eagles, and based the entire Faulty Towers thing on this particular guy who we met. It was the rudest person. It was so bad that night, and we didn't normally do this. It was so bad that night. We just said, "Sorry, we booked for 2 nights, but we don't want it." And we actually found it. We found a B&B somewhere and moved to this B&B because it was so crappy. And it's our sort of like we stayed in the 40 town and we met the guy.
No way.
And it was crap. It was truly rubbish.
Oh, I could watch that all over again. We've watched it and watched it and watched it so many times.
I can recite it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I did it when I was younger. I used to do a lot of plays and stuff like that, and especially at school at Churchill. And I was in the lower school drama competition, and we did a thing called the Do-It-Yourself Frankenstein outfit. It was a 30-minute play written for kids. And no one in my year wanted to be in the show, in the play at all. So it was basically a one-man stand-up routine. And what it was based. It was this guy who went to a village hall. He was selling these robots. And he had like an assistant to help him,
right?
Sort of a glamorous assistant, and it turned out that actually he was the robot, and that sort of the thing of it. But it was a monologue. It was a 30-minute monologue, and I'm pretty good at learning lines, but I forgot them several times through there, and I picked up on a lot of the John Cleese sort of stuff. So I can remember at one point there was I just completely forgot my lines, and I did that whole thing. Oh, there's a spider, and did that whole jumping around, with my legs right up and then sort of like, prompt then whispered something in my ear, and I sort of got on with it.
Oh,
and,
amazing.
But yeah, I mean, John Cleese, what an incredible talent. What are you doing now, Liz?
Sorry, right, so I've added all the egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract.
Yep.
And then we're going to take that off and sift in our self-raising flour and just fold that in. So we're not doing too badly.
And this is basically this is a standard sponge mix,
standard
isn't it?
Sponge, nothing exciting.
So we don't sort of tend to put recipes up. No. We must start doing that. But one of the reasons I don't put recipes up is because what we want to try and do is say to people, and I think baking's slightly different, but for example, with my coronation chicken, it doesn't really matter what you put in it.
No, exactly.
It's what you've got in the cupboard. You don't go out and buy stuff. Don't have to go out and buy expensive items. I'm doing a Moroccan themed evening on Friday. I'm doing a 30-minute dinner party.
Nice.
So I'm going to do couscous and I'm going to do some lamb. But I'm not going out and buying. The only thing I'm buying specific, obviously, is the lamb. Yeah. I'm going to buy some pistachio nuts.
Nice.
Because it's pretty Moroccan-ish. Mm-hmm. But you can sort of, you can pretty much get. I put peanuts in there. I've got some. I'm going to do a couscous. So I'm going to put some peanuts in there. I'm going to put some tangerine in there. Nice. It's just to make it fruity. It's just we're not in Morocco. We're not. I don't quite believe in this whole cultural representation, whatever the word is, as far as food goes. No.
Pomegranate. I've got a lovely Moroccan recipe, and there was pomegranate on the top, and it was just so nice. So if you do nip out for your pistachios, get some pomegranate seeds as well.
Well, that's pomegranates are actually a thing we Kathy and I sort of have grown up with, because living in Spain we lived by Granada. Granada is the Spanish for pomegranate, granada. Right. Grenadine, for example, the syrup grenadine comes from pomegranates. And I don't know if you read the book Driving Over Lemons.
A long time ago.
We drive over pomegranates when we go up to the campo in our house. So you're folding that in then, Lise?
Just folding it in with a metal spoon, and then I'm going to get out my magic tin that I was talking about. It's absolutely brilliant. One of the best things I've bought for a really long time.
Your cheat tin?
Yeah, my cheat tin.
So is there holes in the bottom of it?
Yeah, so each of these...
Shall I just take this little camera over?
Do it.
Sorry about this, Kath. We're just going to... Because we want to investigate this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it round. I'm going to come over here. So, yeah.
So, yeah, the holes in the bottom.
So up again. So we've got holes at the bottom, yeah.
And then all these come individually.
Oh. And you basically stick your finger up through it and it pops up.
Yeah. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Fabulous. I'll put this camera back now.
And I love that they preempted the issues and they sent extra little bases. They didn't just send 12.
Well, for all those ones that you lose.
Yeah, exactly.
All the kids eat.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
So I'm going to make some scones soon. Shall I? Do you want to put that in your...
All I'm basically going to do now is, put the mixture, divide it equally up between these 12, and then I'm going to pop them in the oven for goodness knows how long. About between 12 and 15 minutes, something like that.
Me.
And,
I can smell electrics burning.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
No. We should be all right.
Should be fine.
I can see no smoke.
It'll be fine.
Right, shall I start mine?
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
Do
So
it,
I'm going to make some scones. And one of the things about scones that I've learned over the years is actually you need to get your baking dish really, really hot.
Yeah.
So I'm going to grease it first. So I'm greasing the baking dish, and I'm going to say, Lisa, would you mind putting that in the oven for me?
Certainly will.
Thank you very much. In the top of the oven. So what I've got. Shall I do this, Kath? Is this going to help? Okay. Well, what are you doing, Lisa? We're going to have a look at what you're doing first.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I'm literally just dividing this mixture up equally. I'm going to start with a little spoon and then come back and top them up after.
So how do you know how much you're putting in there?
Well,
or are you just dividing it up by 12?
I don't. Yeah, just dividing it, and then I'll sort of even out the tops in a minute, and it will kind of tell me if I need to add.
When you
any
put
more.
that in the oven, it does sink down, doesn't it, pretty quickly?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, one thing I will ask you, would you mind, or shall I come over to the microwave and do, because you're busy, I'm just going to come over here, I'm going to stick this in the microwave just for 30 seconds.
What, have we got some milk?
Yeah, I got some milk from my scones.
Are you doing lemon juice or?
I wasn't, but now you've reminded me. Should I put it in? I did read in the recipe and it said lemon juice, and I thought, why?
I've heard a lot about your scones. I want to taste them as they are.
I'm not going to do lemon juice in them.
Do
so
it.
I've got. So are we good, Kath? Are we seeing? Are we on this little cam? Can we see things? Excellent. So I've got my sieve. I've got 350 grams of self-raising flour, which I'm gonna do this with, because it looks good. It makes a bloody mess. Yeah. But what it's about is aerating that flour, and it does make a bit of a mess, but you know we are.
The floor manager will get it.
Look at that! Look at the shot there. It's fantastic. So I can't help myself. So I'm going to put that away. Now I've already measured out. So in my little measuring dish here, I've already got a teaspoon of baking powder, and I've got 3 tablespoons of caster sugar. Well, I haven't actually, because I didn't have any caster sugar, so I've got 3 tablespoons of normal sugar. So I'm going to pour that in. What else do I need? Oh, I need some of my Madagascar vanilla. I'm going to get
I've got some here if you want it.
I'll get my milk out a minute. Let's see how warm that is. That's pretty warm. That's good.
What's your favourite thing about an afternoon tea? What's
Coronation chicken sandwiches.
Coronation corn.
Just without a doubt.
Coronation corn sandwiches tonight.
Yeah, I'm not convinced.
That'd be your new favourite.
So I was going to do so what I'm going to do is into this I'm just going to pour a couple of capfuls of vanilla essence as well. And then I'm going to pour this in. I think that's pretty. Oh no, I'm not. I'm going to put my butter in first. So I've got 85 grams of butter. Now I don't know if you can see this butter, Kath, but I'm using my favourite butter, which is the Longman's butter from Yeovil, which is just lush. So I have washed my hands. I'm going to break this butter up into little pieces into my bowl, and then I'm going to do that whole what's it called when you turn it into sort of breadcrumby type sort of things. There's a name for it in there. Rub it in.
Rub it. Give it a rub.
Give it a rub. There we go. So just 2 hands in there, and I'm just putting that butter through. How are you doing? You evening
Pretty
all
good.
right?
I'm evening out. Just checking. Where's the best place you've ever had afternoon tea, do you reckon?
Where's the best place? Here.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
Do you know what? One of the things. I mean, as you know, we love cooking here. We cook really nice food, and we try and through lockdown we did all the whole dinner party thing over the weekends, and it was just the whole thing of the only time sometimes especially when we were all locked down, the kids were upstairs gaming or doing whatever they were doing. And the only time really you get to sort of see them properly is at tea time. Yeah. So actually to make tea really special, to have 2 or 3 courses and just to make it really, really nice, I thought was really important. And as we said before, it's we got dressed up at the weekends, and Friday, Saturday nights it was proper dinner party. I was going to go out and buy a nice bottle of wine, and I think eating is a really. It's funny because Oscar says to me, I don't know many people who've got a dining table at home.
No way.
Literally don't eat round the table. And it's,
no.
we eat round the table every night. There's probably, Well, tonight, obviously, we're not going to because we're doing this.
Yeah.
We buy the kids, and they, as you know, they're very self-sufficient. They can make their own food.
Yeah.
So we buy the kids some food, and they can get on with it themselves. So what you doing, Liz?
I'm popping these in the oven. The only thing I would say is sometimes with the loose bottoms, I forgot to say I have greased the. Behave yourself.
That's Kath's fault. Because you said it, she laughed, they do laugh.
I did grease. Oh, there's no nice way of saying it. I greased.
Your bottom.
The only thing I was going to say was sometimes that can leak. So you don't want that leaking all over your oven. So put a baking tray on the bottom of your oven to catch the leak.
Catch the leak.
Oh,
hopefully, I probably won't have. Right, I'm going to mix my milk into this before it all gets very silly.
Yeah.
So I just poured my milk, and I've got my milk. I've got my vanilla essence in there, and one of the things about baking is, as you know, it's got to be a bit exact with it, haven't you? So I have sort of measured this out.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Do you mind if I use this whisk?
No, help yourself.
So I've got some double cream in here.
Oh yeah.
And I'm adding to it a teaspoon or two of vanilla bean paste.
I love your vanilla bean paste.
I know. Well, I think it's the flavour's really intense, but also I don't want to add loads of liquid to cream, so it just helps with that kind of. It's a bit thicker.
I've seen as well. Have you tried a pistachio paste?
No, I heard about that because I would imagine that's great for is it baklava?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you tried it? Is it good?
Yeah.
Is it?
It's expensive. It's like a little tin like that, sort of £6-7, but it's like a.
Well, I think that was £6.50.
Is it?
Yeah.
Right, where's my flour gone? Right, so you're just doing cream. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some flour down on the table here. Quite a bit of flour. I'm going to pour this out. I'm going to put some flour on my hands now as well.
Okay.
Pour it in there a bit. And I'm making an absolutely terrible mess. Should we just clear up a second? Put that in there. Right, what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to literally not overwork it. I'm going to turn it over about 4 times. 1, 2, 3. That's about it. What I haven't got is a rolling pin.
Is there one in here?
I think there might be one in second door down, third door down. Oh no, Kath's telling me it's in the pantry.
Oh, is she? Thanks, Kath.
Hot cupboard. Oh yeah, I can see it. There we go.
Almost done, sorry.
So I'm going to roll this out. Right, and I'm going to do some cutting. What should we have? Should we have a pretty little?
Yeah, why not?
Serrated side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm going to take these out.
I feel like we're having a bit of a race. I
We
feel
are.
quite excited that I'm moving on to my next course.
I didn't think they're high enough. What are you thinking?
No, I would probably agree with you.
Yeah, that's. Don't overknead it, Kathy's saying. Like, let's just make this a little bit thicker. There we go.
So I'm going to move on to my tarts.
Oh, okay. So you are winning the race then.
Well, I've still got a lot more to do, so don't worry. So we're going to heat up some olive oil.
Yeah.
In a nice, big, generous pan. And I'm going to start with just a medium onion and chop that up. Have you cooked anything nice this week?
Have I cooked anything nice this week?
I guess you were busy for Louis' party.
Well, yeah. I cooked for 25 people. We had some lovely burgers from Field and Flowers.
Nice.
We had some lovely piri piri chicken, again from Field and Flowers. So I did the chicken in the oven. Really slowly, like for 3 hours or something, and it was just chicken wings. And then went outside and did the barbecue. It was actually really hair raising doing the barbecue, because like normally you've got people at home, you know, and it's your family. You do your barbecue, and it's not a big deal.
No.
Can I come over your side?
Of course you can.
Right, I need one of these. I'm going to put these straight in the oven, I think.
Are you?
Yeah. So I need 50 minutes in the oven. So I'm going to get my baking tray. I'm going to put these in. 1, 2.
They look good.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we've got a bit of an egg wash.
So I'm just chopping up a medium onion. Fry this.
Bit of egg wash over the top. So we're both muttering to each other now.
If anyone can follow this and cook this, they'll be doing well. My mum gave
what
me
are you
this
doing,
recipe.
Lily? You're cutting onions?
Yeah, my mum gave me this recipe recently, and it is amazing. If nothing to do with me, the recipe is amazing.
Your mum's a good cook, isn't she?
She is. She doesn't think she is, but she absolutely is.
Right,
She's
shall I tidy up? I love onions. Why don't you use some red onions, Lily?
I knew you were going to say that as well. Do you know what?
We are sponsored by the Red Onion Society of Great Britain. Well, we're not yet, but we will.
I actually think, having cooked this before, I actually think leeks would work really well.
That's what I cooked. There you go. That's what you asked me. And I thought of you when I was cooking this.
Really?
And it was lush.
What was that?
Well, I get the mickey taken out of me quite a little bit when I do a roast dinner. Particularly by Kathy's mum and dad, because I do a big cauliflower cheese as part of the roast dinner.
I love cauliflower.
And I just love cauliflower cheese. I just love a cheese sauce. And most people would say, well, yeah, but that's the main course during the week.
Oh no, with a roast dinner, that's amazing.
With a roast dinner, it's lush, isn't it?
Yeah.
So went out today, over the weekend. Couldn't find a cauliflower at all.
Really?
I'm just gonna wash my hands a minute.
Just got a little bit of onion.
Big mess going on here. There's a lot of washing up for you to do after, Lisa Merrick.
The floor manager. The floor manager will.
I was a floor manager. So yeah, so we didn't have any cauliflowers. Couldn't do a cauliflower. Shall I fill your wine up?
Oh, a little drop
What's
more.
that? A little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt.
A little bit of seasoning, and also we're going to add a teaspoon of golden caster sugar. That's where the caramelisation comes in.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. No cauliflower.
So yes, there's no cauliflower. So I thought, oh well, Now the week before, bizarrely, I did a 30-minute dinner party.
Right.
And I do love a soup. Do love a nice soup. Kathy and I used to use a soup mixer.
Yeah.
A soup maker, which is it looks like a big food processor type thing. You stick everything in it raw.
Yeah.
Put all your juice in, bit of vegetable stock or chicken stock, whatever you fancy. You turn it on and it basically boils the stuff first.
And then wazzes it for you.
And then wazzes it for you, and then literally like 20 minutes later you pulled your soup out. And we used to.
Was it worth it? Would you buy another one? Because I nearly bought one the other week.
Yeah, I would,
like,
but it broke. I'd buy an expensive one because this one broke down.
Right. Okay.
We did use it an awful lot. So went back to the old soup, and I thought, well, I wanted to do what are you doing now.
That's the golden caster sugar just going in with the onion. Ooh, a bit more tidying up.
So we did a leek and potato soup when I did a 30-minute dinner party last week, and it was so nice. And we had a leek left, and we only had, as you know, we only sort of cook enough for a few people.
Yeah.
The following day we shared it out that night, and the following day I thought I really fancy some of that soup again, so I made it again.
Did you?
Yeah. And it's one of those things. It's like you buy things, you don't look at I never buy leeks. So I thought to myself, right, I can't get any cauliflower. Why don't I do a sort of a leek type gratin?
Like a leek mornay.
Yeah. So I've got basically what you're doing now. Got some onions, fried off the onions. Got my leeks, chopped them all up, put my leeks in. Lots and lots of butter, lots of salt and lots of pepper. I then poured it out into a dish. I put literally a liberal squirt of double cream in it, a load of cheddar cheese,
Okay.
and then I have Louis bought some of these Japanese breadcrumb flakes.
Like panko
put some of
crumbs,
those, yeah,
whatever.
panko, yeah. Put those over the top. Oh my God.
Was it good?
It
Isn't it
incredible.
brilliant how like not having an ingredient can basically invent a whole nother dish?
Yeah.
It's so good,
Yeah.
isn't it?
And I'm sort of now, cauliflower cheese, what's that?
Yeah. Cauliflower cheese, who?
I'm going to take the camera around these and just show everyone what's going on in the oven, because I'm bloody impressed.
Well, let's hope there's something good going
I don't know
on.
if it'll work, but
Oh, good. We've got something going on
have a
this
look at
side.
the scones, Kath. Scones are looking good. Go to the other oven. Cakes are looking good.
Are they rising? Are we happy?
They are. We've got to keep an eye on them now.
Okay.
See,
I got my timer this time.
I love the smell of onions so much.
Isn't it good? So now I've got 250 grams of chestnut mushrooms. I've given them a bit of a clean, and I'm just going to slice them thinly, and we're going to add them to the pan and just let them fry off and get rid of any moisture. So this is the perfect recipe, like you were saying before, though. It doesn't really matter about measurements and being exact. And also it's the perfect recipe to kind of fiddle about with and sort of change either according to what you fancy, or like you were saying earlier, what you've just got in the fridge.
Yeah.
Because
I did a lovely mushroom dish with where we had my dad on Friday. We played some music and everything.
yeah,
And
love the piano playing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And, well, we're going to get hopefully a little bit more of that. We're going to try and get some bands in, and I can sort of do a little bit of a guest spot with them. And
Yes.
but Dad said, I really want tapas.
Yeah.
And Dad really loves tapas, so I said, okay, we've done a tapa show before. But I said, what do you fancy? He said, and his favourite tapa is a mushroom tapa that was only served in a... And the thing about tapas is funny, because there's like, if you Google tapas, you know, your albondigas and your normal sort of stuff that you get. We used to eat in a tapas restaurant that used to sort of make stuff out of what was left.
Amazing.
Which is really, really good. And one of the things, or what was cheap at the time, and one of the things they did was a mushroom dish, and it's basically fried up mushrooms with a bit of garlic and butter, and then when they're fried up, you put a bit of serrano ham in it, and then you pour some cream into it, you stir it around and you serve it.
Wow.
It's incredible, absolutely incredible. So we did that on Friday night.
Actually, I think
really
this
nice.
would work if we weren't on a vegetarian show, and if I wasn't vegetarian, I would imagine you would say this would work really well with leeks, mushrooms, and bacon or ham.
Yeah.
I think it's.
Well, do you know what I was going to do? And we hadn't sort of discussed it, so I didn't do it. And I thought using the hob together might be a bit of an issue.
Yeah.
But I was going to do my leek thing. So I thought that would work really, really well.
What? Oh, what the leek? Oh, I
Yeah.
see what you mean.
So you're going to put this in like a little tart case, a pre-bought one?
No.
No?
Well, this is the dream about this recipe.
Are we living the dream, Liz?
We are living the dream, actually.
The mushroom dream.
Yeah, the mushroom dream. It will be that happy because instead of a pastry base, we're using a bread base. And you got hold of some lovely bread, I hear.
Oh,
so I'll
we've
be
got some
poaching
lovely
some
bread.
of that. Oh, there you go. That's the cakes already.
That's the cake then, isn't it? We've got some lovely, lovely bread from our local bakery, Winscombe Bakery, which is a fantastic bakery. It's so nice living in Winscombe to have all the things that you sort of don't really get in a town. So, you know, the fact that I walk into the bakery 2 or 3 times a week, they all know me, all say hello. They do the most. We had for lunch actually. We had nice, fantastic sausage rolls.
Amazing.
Great.
Their pasties are good as well. Aren't
Pasties are superb. And it was taken over recently. We knew the old guy who used to run it, and there's now a new bunch in there, and they're really, really lovely.
they? Very nice.
They're really
I've
nice.
not been
And
down
I went
for
in there today
years.
and said, look, I need some bread. I need some white sliced sandwich bread because we're going to do some coronation chicken sandwiches on the show tonight. And all fantastic. And they said, oh, we'll watch it. And I've given them that.
nice.
So we're going to say hello,
Oh, hi.
everyone at Winscombe Bakery. Thank you very much. We're going to be featuring your bread very, very soon. As soon as Lisa's chopped her mushrooms up, I'm going to be starting on my coronation chicken.
So what goes into your coronation chicken? Have you
Well,
got any secret ingredients?
Is there a secret ingredient?
Red onion.
Coronation chicken, it sounds more luscious than it is. It's basically a chicken sandwich with curry flavoured mayonnaise.
Nice.
But of course we can bump it up a little bit. I feel like I should be chopping and doing something. So I'm going, should we have some pims?
Yeah.
Should we do the pims?
Yeah.
Bought some nice big glasses as well.
Wow.
IKEA £1 each.
They're my kind of glasses.
Well,
they're lovely shape, aren't
they're lovely. And they're £1, you know, from IKEA, which is good. We break glasses on such a regular basis. I kid you not, we had a little dinner party with the kids the other day, and Oscar broke 3 glasses in the space of
Amazing. Was this on the 18th birthday party? Because that can
No,
kind of be
this was
forgiven.
on a fairly sober.
Just on a school night.
So what I'm going to do here, Lee, so I'm going to turn the camera around. I don't know if Kath can see any of it, but this is going to be a sort of a bit of a mixology thing, because we're going to experiment, because, you know, it's just boring doing the right old thing. So Pimm's number 1. What do you know about Pimm's? Nothing, obviously.
No, beyond the fact that it can be a bit dangerous on a hot summer's afternoon.
So we've got Pimm's number 1 cup. Now, do you know why it's called the number 1 cup?
Number 1, no.
So you have Pimm's number 1, number 2, number 3, up to number 7. And basically what it is that each Pimm's has a liquor base. So Pimm's number 1 is a gin base. Pimm's number 2 is a vodka base. Pimm's number 3 is a whiskey base. Right up to a tequila and
wow,
all sorts of things like that.
Which is the one you normally get in the supermarket?
Pimm's number 1.
Which is gin based,
Which is gin based, yeah. Which is, you add a little bit of gin too. So, but they've also got, they've just brought out another one, which I can't remember the name of it, but it's a raspberry and a lemon, raspberry and a strawberry.
Do you know, I meant to bring it, a friend gave me a bottle of the strawberry one, and I meant to bring it tonight so you could try it, and I completely forgot. You've just reminded me.
So that's, but I thought to myself, let's do a, now, I'm going to, rather than cut these, I'm going to give you a, so this is a strawberry. I'm going to show you this strawberry. You see this on the cam?
That's no ordinary strawberry.
That's a strawberry out of my garden. Oh, just dropped it. And Lisa Marie's brought strawberries with her. Oh, can you get me your finger out as well?
Ow, ow, ow. You want your scones out as well?
Yes, please. If you put them on the middle bit there.
Ooh, they look nice.
Are they right? They cook.
Yeah, they look it.
Excellent.
Wow.
Have a taste of my strawberry.
Is it lovely?
I don't know. That's one out the garden. But obviously you need strawberries with Pimm's. So we've got some strawberries. We're going to cut those down.
Very nice.
In little slices. Is it nice?
Really, really nice.
Does it taste like
an actual strawberry?
An actual strawberry.
Very nice.
When we lived in Spain, just past where we lived, we had all the big greenhouses on the coast, where they grow all the strawberries. And as you say, there's not a great deal of flavour. There's a lot of the intensive growing strawberries. We're very, very lucky here to live next to Cheddar.
Yeah.
And I've also got from my garden some mint. Which actually, if you want some, it's going mental at the moment. So
Is
if you
it?
take some home,
no, I've got some as well, thank you.
Okay.
My mother-in-law planted us. My mum and dad did some parsley for us, and my mother-in-law did the mint, and they're all going crazy.
Has your father got a greenhouse?
Do you know, grew up with one, used to grow, mum and dad grew loads when we were younger, but in their new house, I don't think they do, you know. No. We grew up on homegrown tomatoes, courgettes, rhubarb, strawberries, raspberries, we grew so much that we used to sell it and raise money for charity.
Wow.
My brother and I would sit at the bottom of the drive and try and get some money for charity. How sweet is that?
Yeah, very sweet. Well, what I'm going to do, Lise, so what can we see these on them? What cam can we see these on, Kath? Can we see this on this cam? So I've put some strawberries, I've put some mint, and I've put some cucumber in, and I've put a little bit of gin and a little bit of Pimm's. And what we're going to play around with today, it might taste absolutely awful, but we've got some of this, which is Fever Tree. Everyone knows Fever Tree tonic. It's a lovely tonic, but it's a cucumber one. So what my plan is, and it may be awful, but I'm gonna put a little swig of this in each one. What are you doing then, Lise?
So, in one of the main bits of magic in these mushroom tarts is thyme leaves. So I'm just holding my sprigs of thyme at the top, and then if you run your hands down against the direction of the leaves, they just come away quite nicely. And the leaves it's all about the leaves rather than the stalk. Which
I really don't bother with. I just put the whole thing in. Yeah, wow. Dig the stalk out at the end if I can see it. We do have our herbatorium. We do have thyme up there.
Have you? Very nice.
Oh, we've 3/4 of an hour gone, this.
Oh my God, right, okay.
So I'm going to pour some of my lemonade out into this. We're going to have a taste of this in a minute. So this is, I'm just filling this up with lemonade. This is a bit of an experiment. Lisa doesn't like Pimm's, which she only told me when she arrived. So I'm hoping to turn her into a Pimm's o'clock. I went on the Pimm's website. They're really sort of pushing Pimm's an awful lot. It is a lovely drink. One of the things I like about it is that it doesn't actually have to be too alcoholic. You can.
No,
it's got a tiny bit. It's got about half a measure of gin in it, but it's.
I think it's popular as well for the fact that it's served usually in a jug, isn't it? And it just becomes suddenly very, very sociable having a drink that is amazing.
Cheers.
Cheers to you.
See what this is like. If you don't like it, don't worry. We'll have people to drink it. Need some ice in it, isn't it? Oh, it's lush.
That is really, really nice. I was just going to say exactly the same thing, but the other way around. It's really, really nice, and it would be even nicer with some ice in it.
I don't know if we can get some ice out. That might be a bit complicated.
A bit clunky.
Right, shall I? I'm going to get my my little cooling rack out.
Right.
Oh, the scones look good.
They do look amazing. So what I might do. Oh, can I pinch some of your bread, please?
You can. So here we go. This is the bread. I'll give you a little show and tell. This is the bread from the bakers.
Yay!
Lush. It's a nice sandwich loaf. Winscombe Bakers. How much bread would you like?
12 pieces, please.
12 pieces? Seriously?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's a lot of bread, Liz.
I know. Sorry.
That's 6. That'd be £2.50, please.
Do you know what I'm absolutely obsessed though with making?
Does it matter if it's got a hole in it?
Yes, it does quite a lot.
Does it?
Yeah. Obsessed with making croutons and breadcrumbs with all the leftovers because there will be. We only need you'll see now, but we don't need all of each slice.
No.
It's so easy to make croutons with the leftovers. It takes
You are
10 minutes.
Crouton. We have talked about croutons several times. Yeah.
Have we?
We have.
Oh.
What are you doing, Liz?
Using a 7 or 8 centimetre cookie cutter. Cutting in the centre of the piece of bread, buttering it, and then you want to put it butter side down into a little tart tin, like that. So.
Oh, okay. So no pastry at all needed?
No pastry at all.
And does that like sort of toast up? Is that the?
Yeah, and it's absolutely beautiful.
So while you're doing that, shall I get on with my
Yeah, because I'm literally just going to be buttering these for a minute, so that's perfect timing.
So a little bit of a Pimm's at first. Right, so we've got. Are you all right seeing this, Kath? We've got 2 sorts of chicken here. We have chicken, and we have corn chicken. I've cooked them both exact. Kathy's saying they're going to muddle up.
Please
We've
don't.
cooked them in both the same way. I'm just going to wash my hands a second because I'm going to be handling the meat, and we are going to be eating it afterwards. So I've cooked them both in the same way, and what I did was I didn't really know what I was doing with the corn, so I actually had to go on the website, and they just said just fry it, butter.
Yeah, amazing.
So it's exactly what I did.
And you know, if you're feeling particularly healthy, you can. I just poach it sometimes in a little drop of water.
Really?
Yeah. So if you're feeling.
Well, I figured what I was going to do is I was going to do the same for both of them, so that there was going to be no.
Want it to be reliable.
Reliable
Comparison.
So I'm going to get my chicken. So this chicken here, I'm going to chop it up pretty roughly. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a sauce, and I'm going to distribute the sauce evenly between the corn and the real chicken. And then I'll have a taste. You're not going to be able to have a taste. You can have a taste of the corn.
Yeah.
Have you ever done corn?
I like them. Corn, to be honest, 90% of my freezer is corn. I couldn't live without it.
When we go over to Spain, when we lived in Spain, one of my nicest foods is a fish called rosada, which is basically just it's Spanish for pink.
Okay.
That's there's the corn being cut down. It's a lot easier to cut the corn, so I'll give 1 mark for the corn, 0 marks for the chicken so far. And it looks like chicken. It does, it looks like chicken. What I did is I salted and peppered this, and I sprinkled some curry powder on it.
Okay.
So I'm going to make now the, so what I've got, I'm going to bring all this over if I can. So I've got a big tin here. Are we getting really messy in the kitchen, Kath? Is it looking messy? It looks busy, that's all right then. So I got some sultanas, and I steeped those in some hot water just before you came.
Right.
So I'm only going to probably put half of those in. I'm going to put sort of a handful of those in. I've then got, now, can you believe this? I didn't have any curry powder.
What?
Which is obviously the essential item for it. Like 20 minutes before we started. Now, if you have a look at that, Kath, what I've got in there is my own blend of curry powder, which is cumin, coriander, some paprika, some salt and pepper, some gram masala. So it's sort of a curry powder, but you can use pretty much anything you've got in there. In fact, what I did also chuck in there, I don't know if I've got it here, but I had look at some biryani curry powder as well, which I put in there.
Sorry to interrupt, can I pinch one with piece of bread, please?
Oh, yes, yeah.
Thank
I thought you
you.
said, can I have another glass of wine?
Well, I'm already double parked. I'm very happy about it. Thank you.
There we go. So what are we going to do with all this bread that's left over?
Make croutons.
Make croutons. So I'm going to put my mix in there. I'm going to get a red onion, and so I should have done this in advance, but I'm just going to chop up a little red onion pretty quickly.
Do you know what I did when I did these the other day though? Instead of making a crouton, right, I cut them like that, just cut the extras off like that, and then I made long thin croutons like this.
Oh yeah.
And had them with dip. It was amazing.
Now we've got some. Do you like salad dressings? Do you use a lot of salad dressings?
Yeah.
We've got some nice salad dressings that we've been asked to test. They're made by Lucy. Not any sort of, not our Lucy.
Not our Lucy.
Not our Lucy, but it's Lucy's salad dressings. They're available from Field and Flowers, our friends at Field and Flowers, and they're lush. We got a like a balsamic one. We got a traditional French one, and what's the other one we got?
Lemon?
No, what's the one with the cheese in?
Blue cheese, ranch.
Not Waldorf salad. It's got parmesan on it and croutons. Caesar salad. Yeah.
I'm with you.
So your mushrooms are looking there, Lush.
Yeah, really good. So I've put in some fresh thyme.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're going to pop this mushroom filling. Now that all the moisture's gone, I'm going to pop this into the bread cases.
Oh wow. So I would never think that would work.
Yeah, it's amazing how it does.
Right, I'm mixing my mayonnaise right now. Give myself a bit of a salad. And one of the things I'm doing, again, because we don't do things, always follow other people's recipes, so we're sort of doing it as our slight own recipe. So I like the idea, if we're going to have sandwiches, I like the idea of having first of all, a little bit of crunch in the sandwich.
Right.
And also a little bit of goodness in the sandwich. So they're looking fantastic.
They're good, aren't they?
Do you put cheese on top of that? Mm. Oh my lord.
Yeah.
So yeah, so what I'm going to do is, so these aren't, so coronation sandwiches were actually invented in 1953 by Rosemary Hume.
Okay.
And she was a lady who, a fantastic chef. She went on to set up the Cordon Bleu cooking school in London.
Right.
And she was asked to come up with some ideas for the coronation. And she came up with coronation chicken sandwiches.
Amazing.
Back in the day, they used fresh apricots, for example.
Yeah.
Which we're not going to use, and people sort of didn't really like them. So this is where the sort of the idea of sort of fruit came in, and everyone's got a handful of raisins or sultanas in their cupboard, so they use that instead. Mm-hmm. It's actually not particularly nice with I don't think with apricots.
Quite Moroccan flavour, isn't it? Really,
apricots
and chicken.
A little bit more mayonnaise in there. Okay. So I'm just that's what it's looking like. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix in. I've got this little bowl of chopped up lettuce. That's going to go in as well. I was going to put a knife through that because I should have cut it through twice. But
so that's for your crunch and your healthy bit as well.
That's for my crunch and my healthy bits, yeah. And then mix all that around. And then I'm going to do a distribution. I've got a little bit more chicken than I have corn, so I'm going to put some good old handful in there. I'm going to pour my chicken in. So that's on one side. I'm going to pour my corn in on the other side. I'm not going to mix up the knives, so I'm going to put this all back a little minute. Get myself another wooden spoon.
I've just spotted chocolate in your fridge.
Have you?
Which heathen keeps chocolate in the fridge? Which?
Well, yeah, it's me. It's me.
Is it?
In fact, worse than that, actually, what I do is the only real chocolate I quite like are Rolos.
Oh, really?
And I actually hide them in the freezer because I like them frozen. So if you look in our freezer underneath some of the meat, there'll be a...
Frozen Rolos.
So what cheese is that?
So this is just cheddar.
Oh, lovely.
And then I'm also going to grate over some Gruyere.
Now what I am going to do here, Lise, is I'm going to put a little bit more mayo in this because you couldn't hand us out a spoon, could you?
Certainly could.
I'm going to put a little bit of mayo in here. Thank you.
Just to say, I deliberately grated the cheese over the tarts directly. It kind of goes against my slightly OCD brain, but it really does create a nice effect at the end.
Yeah.
You'll see when they come out. So
that's Gruyere
Gruyere
cheese.
Gruyere cheese.
On top of
a bit of cheddar as well.
Cheddar as well.
Obviously, you and I don't like blue cheese, but I would imagine there are some people who would love this recipe with blue cheese as well. I think.
Well, I'm at the buttering bread stage.
Are
My
you?
lovely bread from the Winscombe Bakery. Hi, ladies from the Winscombe Bakery. Thank you for this lovely bread. I'm going to do 6, I think. We're going to make some more. Well, we were going to make some more, but at least some Reese pinched in with bread. So.
You can have some crusts if you like.
Thank you very much.
Right, I'm going to pop these in the oven.
Okay.
And then...
Could I get a little knife out of the, or just that one there?
This one?
A spreading buttery knife.
Okay. Do you want some butter? I've got some...
No, I've got my
butter.
lovely Longman's butter which I love from our friend at Field and Flowers.
How am I doing for time? Can I make my lemon curd in the jam? Or...
I don't know.
They don't take... Neither of them
saying
take...
we haven't got time.
Oh!
Could we... How long does it take this?
Not ages.
Well, we can override it. I mean, you know, she can't turn it off without us saying goodbye. She's sort of total boss.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, she is.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one lot of corn.
Yep.
All right. And one of the things I'm just going to tell people about this is that when you make a sandwich, don't put all in the middle of the sandwich. Right, because what you then really must do with the sandwich is cut it into quarters. And then what happens if you dump it all in the middle of the sandwich, you get some really nice, good looking ends when you put them up. So, what are you doing, Liz?
So I'm just taking some of these cakes out so they can start cooling down, otherwise our cream's going to be running everywhere.
They do look really, really nice.
They're just so cute. I
Wow.
just love the idea. There we go.
Right, I'm going to cut my sandwiches.
Ideally, I would let these cool right down before cutting them. But we'll go for it.
This is quite a utensil heavy.
I.e. quite a mess heavy.
Just to show everyone as well, this is the corn I used. I saved the packet.
And you know what? You have not been able to get hold of those corn fillets for love nor money for about 2 years. And the other day I went shopping and I found them for the first time. So you've done well.
They're nice.
Because you haven't been able to get them anywhere.
So that's what we've used. There was about I used 3 for this, and there was about probably 6 or 7 in the packet. I would say.
Shall I quickly do some lemon curd?
Yeah, go
Why
for
not?
it.
Go for it.
Oh, Kathy's hungry. I think that's probably what it is.
Hungry?
Oh, you're going to cut it in my sandwiches, yes, Kath. Yeah, because
I need to clear the decks a little bit.
should cut the crust off really. So we're going to. Oh, they're all spilling out.
There we go.
So these are our chicken ones. I'm going to do more chicken than I'm going to do corn, and then that will be able to
How very
distinguish the
rude.
difference. There we go.
So have you got any nice meals planned coming up? I see you're having your party.
We're
Come
doing,
down.
on Friday, I'm doing a Moroccan themed evening. So
Oh, nice.
we're going to do some couscous and some lamb. I'm going to do some. That was something that we made actually. I was going to tell you about. Do you eat fish?
No, sorry, boring.
I'll tell you about it then.
Top secret knowledge.
Well, we had some really nice fresh cod from our friends at Field of Flowers again,
Yeah.
and didn't know what to do with it. So I mashed some potato up,
Yeah.
boiled the cod up with some milk, mixed it all together, and then put a few herbs and spices with it and some coriander and stuff,
Yeah.
and deep fried these little balls in the deep fryer.
Nice.
They were lush.
Were they?
Yeah, really, really nice. Right, here's our corn sandwiches. I've only got one of these because we've got a bit of a time restraint going on, haven't we?
Yeah.
What are you doing there, Lise?
So-
Lemon.
Lemon. We've got 3 lemons, 3
Yeah.
medium-sized lemons. We're going to do the juice of all 3 and the zest of just one of them
Okay.
into a lovely saute pan if you've got one. Do you know, I went to a very posh cookery day up at Lucknam Park
Oh, yes.
and we made some lemon curd there. And the pan the man used, I was so sold by it. It was the most amazing thing I've ever tasted. It was beautiful. I couldn't believe how quick and easy it was. And I thought, right, I'm going to buy the pan that we used and everything. The pan alone that he used was £300. It was
Can I say shit me on TV? No, I can't.
You can say
Shit
whatever
me.
you're allowed.
£300.
Yeah, just for this one pan.
It's not that pound there.
No.
You didn't buy it though.
No. Do you know what? I didn't even buy this pan. How lucky is this? So my mother-in-law gave me this pan the other day.
He wasn't looking. You whipped
it
put your
away.
hand back.
Yeah, my mother-in-law gave me this pan because she was given it by my sister-in-law, and they've just had a new kitchen installed, and they've got an induction hob, and this pan won't work on it.
Oh, that's a shame, isn't it?
I was like, oh, what a pity. Yes, please, I'll have that. Never been used. So,
Right, I think I'm winning the competition, Lise, because
You
my
really are.
food's going out first.
you really
And
are.
you haven't no space for me to do my food here. You've taken up all the space.
Sorry,
It's okay. Can I move your eggs?
you certainly can. Oh,
You need the garlic.
I need some of them in a minute.
Do you? Okay, let me put them there then. Right, so we have our coronation chicken sandwiches, which I might
They
have
look
to eat one.
good.
And we have our corn
They look very
coronation
good.
chicken sandwiches. Are you busy?
Well, yeah.
Can you get
no.
us it's like a little side plate, it's the second one down here, a little blue side plate? Like that, perfect. Excellent.
Voila.
I'm just going to check on the scones.
Do it.
Let's get ourselves a little knife.
What am I looking for?
You're not going to make the jam for this. We were going to make jam, weren't we?
I've got all the stuff to make jam. I was over ambitious with what I was going to get done.
Director saying it's 7:05.
There we go.
Anyone saying anything to us out there, Kath? Fabulous. Oh, that scone's looking good. Oh, I'm liking those.
Wow, they look really good.
So,
What do I need?
I'll put some butter on that first. No, I don't think we're going to be able to make our jam. I think we can get away with our lemon curd, but director's putting their foot down. I've got some.
Okay.
Did you have some? Did you say you made some before?
Yeah, I've got some I've already made, so we can still have some.
Okay. And of course, to go with it, there's only one thing you can have, which of course is the old...
Hey.
Is it pronounced Ruders?
I thought it was Rodders, but
Rodders.
I don't know. Roders?
Do you like the stuff on the top? Do you like the...
No, that's all yours by the sound of it.
See, Kath got, that's the best bit.
What, you like it or Kathy does?
I love it.
Oh, yeah.
So can I do any clearing up for you at all? Clear as you go, Lisa, clear as you go.
Here you go. I'm done with that mushroom pan. If
Oh
you...
yeah? Okay.
There we go. So we've got the zest of 1 lemon,
Yep.
juice of 3 lemons, and 3 medium eggs.
Yep.
Now whisk those together on sort of a medium to low heat.
So you're making an omelette, really?
Make an omelette.
Scrambled egg?
Then, in there, I'm going to add, what have we got? 100 grams of caster sugar. And we're just going to whisk this like this for a couple of minutes.
So I've never even heard of anyone making lemon curd.
Have you not?
We
I'm
used
a
to-
complete convert. It's so quick and
It is
easy and
nice,
it's lovely, really fresh tasting. Really nice. I'm so glad
Lemon
we're not
meringue pie, of
making...
course, lemon curd, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'd-
Are we watching?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried, my mum and dad tried some of this the other day and my dad was like, oh, what is it? I can taste, it's taking me back. That taste is taking me back. And then my husband tried some and he said, it's lemon meringue pie.
And it was sort of like when I was 12, it would be the sort of thing you'd have in your fridge, wouldn't you? You'd have jam and lemon curd and marmalade. It would be
Yeah.
the sort of thing. And I've never. When did I have it recently? Did you bring it down here recently?
Nope,
No.
nope.
And because you can get orange curd as well, can't you?
And lime, oh my goodness. The lemon and lime, what's the company that make, I can picture the roses, is it?
Oh yes, yeah.
Honestly, it's absolutely beautiful. My friend loves that. So yeah, that just needs to thicken. I'll get out the jam.
Yeah. I should maybe test some.
Look at that. How
oh,
fresh does
good
that
lord.
look?
That looks very
I'll
good.
put that over by your scones.
Thank you very much. Have a look at this jam. So this is homemade.
Such a convert to that as well. Couldn't
So do
believe
you
how
put the jam
quick-
on first, or do you put the cream on?
You tell me first.
Well, I would put the jam on first,
Oh
personally.
no. Ah, disappointing.
Get the spoon out then.
Disappointing. Only if you're going to use it for cream.
Well, do you know? So I'm going to have to scrape the. Thank you. I'm going to have to scrape this bit off first, aren't I?
Do you like that bit or not?
I love that bit. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Well,
go for it. That's your
well,
bit.
okay, I'll put that on my one. So,
I don't dislike it. I just wouldn't choose it.
Okay.
Oh my God, your butter and cream.
Oh yeah.
Crikey, I'm going to leave
We're
a
going to die of
gout.
a heart attack. We're going to die of a heart attack there.
Jeez. Right. Okay. This is serious.
So we have.
Good Lord.
Oh, this looks fantastic.
Oh, crikey.
Sort of
the tarts.
whole.
Tarts are getting there.
You doing good?
So you can see, oh, this is starting to thicken up.
Oh, I'll stand out of the way a little bit. Wow, these are crying out to be eaten by me very soon. I haven't eaten any today. I had a little bit of breakfast this morning.
Yeah, no, I've not really either.
So I'm going to show you those to the little show and tell cam. What about those, Kath? Look at that. So they're going to go up on our board of delights.
Would you like to put together some Victoria sponges for me?
I could do.
That'd be really good. So all I'm doing now, now that the mixture is thickened,
Mm-hmm.
I've taken it off the heat and just slowly, 1 cube at a time, whisk through 70 grams of unsalted butter. You don't want to add more than a cube at the time. I mean, obviously on a day like today, it's not really too much of a problem, but if you're using butter, say from the fridge, it will cool down the egg too quickly. So just 1 cube at a time and keep whisking it in like that.
So this isn't a healthy option, lemon curd, is it? Well, lemons are very healthy. Lemons are medicinal, aren't they?
Yes.
I always, if I've got a really bad cold, lemon and brandy and a bit of honey, always peps me up.
How often do you have a cold? Is that every day? Or?
Yeah, quite often.
So
how are you doing with the Pims? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, really, really nice. This is...
Well, don't forget your tarts, don't forget your tarts.
I know, tarts. The cream is there.
Okay,
The cakes.
what am I doing?
And here's some lemon curd that I made earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So do you mind sandwiching a little bit of cream?
In
and
these ones, yeah?
Yeah. there's the cream. So that was just double cream with vanilla bean paste.
Let me just go and wash my hands a minute. So I'm going to put some lemon curd in and then some cream?
Yes, please.
On top of each other?
Yeah, and then sandwich them together. Okay. I usually start with cream, but you know, you might go off piste.
No.
Go wild and start with lemon curd.
You're the boss.
Something crazy
Could I get
like
a little
that.
spoon there? Oh, I've got a spoon here.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all the bases first on that side. So there's 4 bases. Can you see that on my camera, Kath? That's all. Yeah. So some cream. So how much? Sort of like a...
just a little drop. From experience, less is kind of more because then they
Okay.
stay together a little bit better.
Okay.
So what you want to do, when you've added all of your 70 grams of unsalted butter, whisk it together thoroughly, let the butter melt and incorporate, then you've got to pour it straight away into a glass bowl, just to help it cool. How my tarts? Tarts looking good.
And then some of this on top?
Yeah.
Like how much?
Whatever you fancy. Okay.
There we go. And then on the top, yeah.
Go.
I might need a clean... You can get that little side plate, could you? So these will be nice on the side plate. Is this what we're gonna put some?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Got a little bit of.
See, really, we should have
Pop it
invited
here.
your mum and dad to come up now to eat all this. They could come round. We could tell if they're watching. They could just come.
They're
get
close
the car.
enough. They could be
They
here
could
in about 1
because
minute.
I've got plenty more sandwiches. We're lovely to meet them. So, Lisa's mum and dad, if you're there,
Yeah.
you know where we are.
Come on over.
Do they know where we are?
Yeah, in the coal house. I told them.
Yeah. Come on down.
It's where we used
Knock on
to
the
come
door,
and buy
come
our
eat
coal.
some- Yeah.
Right, just reach over. Okay.
So I think I've cooked everything.
Oh, mushroom tarts. I keep
All mushroom
forgetting the
tarts,
tarts.
yeah. Oh, they're
Keep
looking
forgetting
good,
the
though.
tarts.
They're looking good.
Right, so there's our lemon curd made, but luckily...
Can I have a little taste of that?
Of course you can. Hang on. It's still warm, obviously, so I'm not sure.
Is that not nice, though?
Well, maybe if you're a lemon meringue pie kind of guy. So fresh, though,
It's
isn't
just
it?
lemon
really
meringue.
quick
See,
and
what I'm going
easy.
to do actually now, I'm going to leave that and I'm going to make lemon meringue pie on Friday.
Yeah.
With
Oh, yeah. That'd be nice
Yeah.
as a pudding, actually, wouldn't it?
Do you know what I want to do as well? Another show that we want to do is apparently the 70s is back and everyone's into
Vol au vent.
prawn cocktail,
Yeah.
beef bourguignon and then baked Alaska.
Wow. Well, we're all over that already, aren't we?
We are. They look lush.
They are smelling
A little bit
nice,
messy.
actually. Yeah, a little bit messy.
I
should have piled the
but
cheese
of course you're going to...
Hey?
Do you do them from the bottom?
No, that was the cakes.
Oh, was that?
These are just... how cute is that, though?
Look at that.
Hang on.
They look fabulous.
They're very
I'm
hot.
going to put your Pims into the mix. So I think we could do with a nice photograph.
There we go.
Having said that, ladies, so we have we've cooked before 3 or 4 courses of food. And we've never made this sort of mess. Have we?
There we go. I just think something like that would be such a welcome kind of break from all the sugar during a afternoon tea.
So shall I get the little show and tell? Are we finished, aren't we?
I think we have, but sadly no jam. But anyway, it's fine. I'll have to make my peace with that.
Well, I'm going to take this little camera a minute, and I'm going to show everybody what we got. So, are we seeing that, Kath? So beautiful, beautiful mushroom tarts. Can I?
They're hot, but just go, yeah.
Okay.
This is a live taste test.
Oh, God, they are hot. Aren't they?
That has a little canapé though with some drinks when you arrive somewhere. It's so easy.
The mushrooms and cheese are just...
Nice combination. Can you taste the thyme? The thyme really,
Yeah.
and then you get these little crisps. So.
They are lush. So we have that. We have the scones. You can taste one of my scones, Lise?
I'd love to. Thank you.
We've got these fantastic lemon curd Victoria sponges. We've got our corn. I'm going to have one of these.
That's amazing. What a lovely scone. Really, really nice.
I'll put this down there.
Come on, come on.
Do you know what, Lisa? You'd never know that wasn't chicken.
Really?
No. But there's the caveat with that. The caveat is that it's got quite a spicy. Why don't you try one?
Corn is really it's quite thirsty when you cook it. It absorbs everything.
But the texture is perfect. You see what I mean when you taste it. It's it's so spicy. You just isn't it? They're really nice.
Though.
I'm actually going to eat the rest of this.
That is lovely. I like your mixture, your spices.
That's chicken. Isn't it? It's really.
We've said it before, but less fat, more protein.
Do you know what I get the kids now? Like Louis comes down and goes, well, Dad, actually what you could do is when you make spaghetti bolognese, only use half the amount of meat and then use corn. And it's sort of, I'm being lectured now by my 18-year-old, but it's good.
It's really, really lovely. I was listening to a really fascinating guy on Virgin Radio the other day. He's got a new book out called something like Why Calories Don't Count, and talking about the importance of eating protein for the fact that a calorie is a calorie regardless, but if you eat 100 calories of, say, sugar, chocolate, your body absorbs roughly 98 calories of chocolate sugar, because as a result of it, with bread, like kind of carbohydrates but decent ones, like a decent brown bread, for 100 calories your body might absorb, say, 85 calories. But for protein, every 100 calories you consume, your body only actually takes on 70 calories because of the work that's involved in processing it and breaking it down. So just talking about the importance, there you go.
So I remember reading about celery. It's more energy to eat celery than you actually get out of it. It's a sort of but celery's lush as well.
It is. Celery soup.
We have to say hello to Louise. Louise is our greatest fan. She watches all our shows. So hi, Louise.
Hi, Louise.
Next time you come up, we'll be doing a cream tea and obviously doing the scones as well. We're saying bye to everybody.
Yeah, it's that time already. God.
I'm glad we are, because I'm really, really hungry. And that looks lush.
It really does.
Where we say goodbye to everyone, Kath. Oh, there's another look at it. Fabulous. So we're on the big wave camera. Thanks, guys, for watching. Cheers. Join me on Friday. I'm doing a Moroccan feast. I'm going to do some salmon fish cakes. I'm going to do some Moroccan lamb chops with some couscous, and I'm going to do a pistachio ice cream, I think.
Or a lemon meringue pie.
Right. I was going to do pistachio ice cream, but I'm now going to do a lemon meringue pie, which isn't Moroccan at all, but as we've got the lemon meringue.
We could sprinkle some pistachios over it. I reckon that'd be really nice.
We could make it Moroccan, couldn't we?
Yeah, a bit of a mashup.
That's a good plan. Thank you everyone for watching. Thanks, Louise. Thanks, Sophie. Thanks, Frank. Everyone that watches us regularly. It's great for you to give up an hour or an hour and a half of your time today to watch us, so we do appreciate it. And join us on Friday at 7 o'clock. So from myself and from lovely Lisa Marie.
Yeah, cheers.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Take care.